Why doesn't Scott want to do this trick?
I choose life.
Dear God,
Yeah.
I was crazy. We love you guys as a crew. We're not going to hire you as a crew. It was the hardest audition I've ever done in my life. It was brutal. We came second to last in the world. We're screwed. I run to the bathroom wanting to puke. We're so close to our dream. Working for our idol. Mm-hmm. My best friend's dream is shattered. So... And then looking over and seeing my friend just bawling. It was hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th episode of Circus with one of my best friends, the best man at my wedding, and a man of very many talents, Daniel Babilonia.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't already know you, who are you and what do you do?
I mainly dance. I dabble in a lot of other disciplines like Trampwall. I've been doing now for like 12 years. Whew. Practicing handstands just for fun, but I like doing it. Breakdancing, head spinning. I've been performing professionally since I was 16 and I'm 32 now, so 13 minus 50, 16 years. I've been performing for 16 years. That's pretty easy.
What shows have you done?
Michael Jackson 1, I did creation for that. Then I did Mind Freak, which I did creation with that. Actually, Scott went into Mind Freak because I broke my leg. And then out of the blue, he just had to hop in. I also done Run with Cirque du Soleil. I also did creation for that. I did a show with the Jabberwockies in Macau. Disney movie, Teen Beach movie, or something it's called. It was fun. And a couple TV shows like America's Best Dance Crew and America's Got Talent, where I lost to 11-year-old kids and a bunch of dogs. Not to brag or anything.
You couldn't have won that one, I'm afraid.
They're too cute. They're too talented. Currently out because of surgery. I had a hernia from being too awesome, but still performing at Michael Jackson 1. I think I've been there now a total of 6 years. So yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
And you recently choreographed for it as well.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's something that I always dreamed, but and I worked towards, but I never thought would actually happen. It's just one of those things, or I aim for the sun and maybe I'll hit the moon, you know? I got to aim high. Prior to that, I was always bothering them about wanting to choreograph some stuff on stage and record some stuff on stage. So I think they were seeing that. I'm pretty sure they never did tell me, but I'm pretty sure Jose and Tiffany put in a really good word for me.
Nice.
So yeah, thanks to you guys. If you ever watched this, Jose and Tiffany, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
So choreographing was a bucket list thing for me. Just Michael Jackson, Cirque du Soleil. It's just like, I'm still in shock that my choreography is in the show.
Yeah,
I got to choreograph 2 sections in the show. It's a breakdance section and jam, and also an acrobatic dance section in The Way You Make Me Feel, where we'd use a car with some trampolines that are the worst trampolines ever made, but I couldn't stop smiling.
Nice.
You know, I could have made it the worst. He's like, you're gonna have to do it underwater, and I would have just still been like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, super positive experience. Every time I watch the show, I try to watch those 2 sections, and I'm just super happy. And the level of talent that's in that Michael Jackson show is crazy.
Yeah.
I see it every night, and you perform the show 10 times a week, but when I was teaching the dancers in MJ the sections that I choreographed, it was just like photographic memory, immediately duplicating the style, and it's just like eye-opening. I was like, man, these people are good. Because I've done auditions for other things where I'm like running the audition, I see the dancers, and you can cherry pick. You're like, oh, this guy has a lot of experience. You can tell, oh, this guy's very good. But I feel like you're looking at like 10% of the people at the audition, and you have a fighting chance. Yeah. Even though only like 1% is gonna get the job. Yeah. But like if I were to do that at our MJ show, I would be like, fire me, hire them. I don't know. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you start dancing, and what got you into all this in the first place?
And I'm from Puerto Rico, and there's like pretty much part of the culture just to dance since you were born. I started dancing since I can remember, so probably like 2 years old. And then when I was like 10 years old, I went to a circus place, and they brought people on stage, so volunteers, to do a dance contest. And I was 10 and I won. And I was so proud. They gave me gifts. My mom kept bragging and my uncles kept bragging. So that's, I think, a point where I was like, I want to dance more. And I was also the shortest guy in class. And my mom said, I told her, oh, girls won't like me because I'm too short. My mom said, if you can dance, it won't matter. So she put me that summer in a dance camp, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Nice. How did that lead to being on like America's Best Dance Crew and all that stuff?
The studio, I had a scholarship at a dance studio when I was 13. And when I was 15 or 16, it closed. So we found this other group, which was a nonprofit that taught kids from low-income areas street styles or hip-hop. And I went to them, and the leader, he really liked how I danced, Pedro, and he invited me to be part of the dance crew. And from there on, we just trained a lot, and we auditioned for America's Best Dance Crew, and we got in.
Nice. So that was 787 crew?
Yeah, 787 crew, and it was the most workload I think I've ever had in my life. I have very fond memories of those 787 crew days.
Nice. Yeah. What made you guys audition for Cirque du Soleil in the first place? And did you know what it was project-wise? Or
what happened when we did America's Best Dance Crew, we got approached by a couple agencies based out of LA, and they were interested in representing us. But there was a big hurdle that we lived in Puerto Rico. So we kind of didn't really sign with them. We signed with an agency in Puerto Rico, but we maintained contact with them. And I think they sent us the casting notice for the Michael Jackson show. And I remember Michael, one of their crewmates, he came to us and he's like, hey, there's this opportunity. We have a bunch of shows coming up. I think we should just take the cash from those shows that we make, put it in a group fund, and use that group fund to fly ourselves out to New York to audition. And I think after that, crew leader reached out to the Cirque du Soleil people, just like, hey, we're interested. Is this a viable option? Would you guys think we're a good fit? And they said they were really interested in seeing us. So we went to the general cattle call audition in New York. And it was the hardest audition I've ever done in my life. It was brutal.
Oh, God.
New York is a dance mecca.
Yeah, you got all the Broadway people.
You have to take into perspective when this happened. So this was 2012. I think Michael Jackson died 2008, somewhere around there. And also, I think Cirque already had going the Immortal World Tour.
Yep.
So Immortal kind of all happened almost right after Michael Jackson's death. I mean, maybe a couple years after. There was a tour no one ever got to see. They came out with This Is It, but it's kind of like a teaser. So the whole world wanted Michael Jackson. They were ready for his comeback. It never happened.
Yeah.
For dancers, especially my era and a couple of generations before even, Michael Jackson's the epitome of dance.
Yeah.
Like, he's the greatest. Like, from an artist's point of view, just to putting dance in the forefront, I mean, I think he's untouchable still. So when you put all those factors in, it was just like a perfect storm for that audition in New York. And they did auditions, I think, in New York, Japan, Europe, and California. So not only were we auditioning against the people in New York, we were auditioning against all the other cities in the world.
The entire
planet. In New York, for the first general audition, there was at least 1,000 people. Like, it was a huge dance studio that accommodated, I think, about 150 people. And it was just groups of waiting in line outside. The first day we did the crew audition. So we performed as a crew. I think we had 3 or 4 numbers. We showed our first number. Usually it's like a 2-minute number. And we do it, and it's the most you can jam-packed into 2 minutes. Like, I would do like 14 tricks, a couple power move sets, plus choreography nonstop. So I'm dead. After those 2 minutes, it's like a sprint, and I just want to die. So after doing that routine for 2 minutes, we did 3 more in front of Jamie King, Travis Payne. So Jamie King is like artistic director to the stars for Britney Spears, Madonna. It's huge pressure. Travis Payne is like a personal hero, choreographer for Michael Jackson, dancer for many tours. So they're just all personal heroes of ours. And we're doing like our hardest numbers while competing against all these other people. So it was just like stress, tiredness, excitement, anxiety, all rolled into one. But we kept making it through the first day on all the crew auditions. And we make it to the end. And we're like, we booked it. We made it to the end. Like, we have had to book it. And then we realized there was crew auditions from all over the world. So okay, maybe we didn't book it. We were like, we're there. We just have to beat the other crews. They meet up with us and they say, we love you guys as a crew, but we want to see how you guys can do as individual dancers. And we need you to all be proficient as individual dancers, because if we don't like one or two of you, we're not going to hire you as a crew. So we were just, our jaws dropped. We were in disbelief, because to put it in perspective, we're so close to our dream. We're so close to having stable income, which we didn't think was possible, working for our idol. And then they just told us this curveball that not only do they have to like us as a crew, they have to like us as individuals. It means if I mess up as an individual, my best friend's dream is shattered. So that first day was over. We sleep with that. We drive all the way to New Jersey, was where we were staying. We drive back the next day at probably 8 a.m. Even more people, because it's the single dancer audition.
Yeah.
The whole day we're learning choreo. I can barely see what's happening. We're talking to each other. First round of cuts is going to happen, so they're going to see how you picked up the choreo from Travis Payne. And I run to the bathroom wanting to puke. That's never happened to me in any audition. I was just so nervous, dude. My stomach was turning. But we killed it.
Nice.
We made it through the first round. I think there was a second round. We made it through that. Third round, I think it started getting thinner numbers. Probably there's 40, 50 people left in the room. More, probably. But the thing is, this round is more like interaction with each other. They put on Earth Song, and they want us to feel each other, act out, get emotional. And there's this crew member of mine. His name's Reynaldo Vendy. To this day, we give him a hard time because he started crying because he got so into it in the moment. He did the best.
That's why you all got hired.
I mean, yeah, probably, but he did the best. But to this day, I just remember acting defeated, an Earth Song, Michael, just sad at the state of the world, and then looking over and seeing my friend just bawling. It was hilarious. It was what you want to do, but you see a really good friend of yours crying with nothing happening, you just have to give him a tough time. So made it through that. What was next? Then they brought a whole bunch of people from the other auditions in the different types of the world. I think this was his third day. So second day we made it through. Third day we came back, and we also learned that one of the choreographers hired for the show is pitching her dance crews for the show. And they're famous. They're way more famous than us. Way bigger track record. So they have the female crew is called Request Dance Crew. They're world champions from New Zealand. We lost to them in Hip Hop International, which is the first time I came to Vegas. We lost to them. They came first place. We came 47th. We came second to last in the world. Next year, we came in 6th.
Nice. That's a pretty big jump.
They didn't compete in the category that year, so technically we didn't lose to them again. So this crew, they're mega famous. Their choreographer is on the ends with the artistic director of the show. We're screwed.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? And then I think our crew leader Huddles was up. He's like, "We got this. We're gonna do it." So we had to do one of our group numbers again for Jamie King, Travis Payne, and Paris Gobo. And she's kind of mean-mugging us the whole time. I'm not really mean-mugging us, but she doesn't want us to succeed. But we smashed it, killed it, didn't fall off any of the tricks. I didn't mess up any of my solos, so super happy. And I think after that, it was just a waiting game. They're like, "Yeah, we like you guys. We'll let you know." So we leave New York, I'm pretty sure broke, because we had to spend, I think, a whole week in New York. I spent probably $100 dyeing my hair because I used to have the red hair back then. So yeah, we were pretty broke, pretty unsure of what was going to happen next. And we get approached by people in America's Got Talent. So it was 18 years old to 20 years old was such a pivotal moment in my life, career-wise. I look back at it, and it's just one thing. It was like a snowball effect. Everything kept adding up to a crescendo. which was us getting eventually casted for the Michael Jackson show as a crew, which is, I mean, like getting cast for a Michael Jackson anything, and also with Cirque du Soleil, getting cast for Cirque du Soleil as a dancer is so hard.
Yeah.
They have so many people in their database, and there's so many dancers that want to dance professionally, and it's really competitive. So it's hard, even though it's not a world tour or anything like that. It's just very hard, and just us being able to book that as a crew was, we were on cloud nine. It was a dream come true. Still is. There's a lot of sobering things after you pass that dream state. But if it weren't for this show, I wouldn't have left the island, because I never saw myself leaving the island. And in the island, there's only so much you can do. That whole 18 to 20-year-old period, and those opportunities lining up and just everything working out is really what I credit to still being a professional performer today.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long of a waiting game did you have to play after that? Because I feel like that's always it's been my experience that when you get contacted in the first place about an audition, you're like, yes, I would like to be there, sure. Yeah. Then you wait for them to say whether or not you're going to. You do the audition, which is its own nerve-wracking experience. But then when it's over, you're just like, check email.
Yeah.
Check email.
I think it took a couple of months after we did the audition. Just because they had the Immortal World Tour, I think, was the highest grossing traveling Cirque show of all time.
It was one of the highest grossing tours of all time.
Well, there you go.
Sort for a long time.
So they had a lot of funds. Like, this was going to be something that was going to take a lot of money, and it was under the magnifying glass on, they're being very nitpicky on anyone that's going to be involved and all of that, because it's not only Cirque du Soleil, it was also the Michael Jackson estate, and they're very protective of the Michael Jackson name, which makes sense. It's a huge responsibility. So that's why I think it took so long. But we had that 2-month period where we were like, okay, we did America's Best Dance Crew, we got this fame, we're doing more, we're making more money than we were used to making, but we're still not making enough for me to buy a car, buy a house, have a family. They're nowhere near that. So we were in a place where we're like, are we going to be able, what's next for us? Was this the peak? Is this it was, if the show was cool, it was awesome experience. Not many people get to live out their dreams in that way. Or can we build on this? And I think our next bet was Cirque du Soleil. So Cirque du Soleil was going to be our ticket to getting to the U.S., because we didn't think it was going to last how long the shows lasted. So we just saw it's maybe we could do it for a couple years, go to L.A., do some movies, stuff like that. So, yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
13-ish years later, 12 years later.
Still performing at MJ1.
Yep. What tips would you have for anyone who's trying to audition, whether as a dancer or any other capacity?
From my experience, the number one thing is you want to stand out. And this is very silly, but it worked extremely well for me and my dance crew 77, and then me after the crew. One thing that really worked really well for us was dyeing our hair bright colors. So I shit you not, I think it's the best decision I ever made as a dancer, to dye my hair bright red, almost pink. It just helps you stand out, because when you're running an audition, you see, especially in dance, if it's a smaller audition, I don't think it makes such a factor. Like in dance, when you go to big cattle call, you're just hoping they see you. Not even if they look at you through the whole dance, because they're not going to watch you the whole time you're performing. Just hoping they catch a glimpse of you and they remember you. So when you go to a cattle call in LA, if you book the job, great. Second best thing is just catching someone's eye. Catch someone's eye, leave a lasting impression on them. Maybe you don't book this job. Maybe you don't book the next job. But they're like, oh, that's that red-haired kid. Oh, wait, he can actually do... Oh, he does flips? Oh. And then that just makes it way more likely for you to get hired. So being the red-haired kid with the crazy hair helped a lot. We were inspired by Quest Crew, which is another crew from ABDC. So that's the main reason we did it, and it just worked. We can tell people, you're the guys with the crazy hair. You're the guys with the crazy hair. We just kept hearing that. And to this day, I believe that helped a lot. And I think another thing is you have to be brave. You have to be brave in artistic decisions, specifically in the auditions. You can't go to the audition with a half-hearted mentality of, I'll just go there for the experience. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But your likelihood of getting booked goes way down.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go as a dancer if it's your dream. You have to want it more. And you have to put yourself in the middle, stand in front. You have to give yourself the best fighting chance because the odds are so against you. So against you. Especially in bigger places like California and New York. Vegas, it's a little bit better. But recently, not so much because the people from LA have realized there's a lot of work in Vegas. And so they just drive back and forth.
Yeah.
And they come to the auditions if they're, and usually either way, the bigger auditions, even if it's for jobs in Vegas for dancers, they happen in LA.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So LA is really, really competitive. So I think dye your hair or wear some colorful clothing. Like give yourself, basically trademark yourself. Make yourself stand out from everyone else with your image. Crazy hair, crazy clothes. Maybe an article of clothing, a bandana that you always wear. So you want to create a staple so that you can be a recognized brand, basically. That's just the image part of it. Once you get there, say hi to everyone. I mean, just be positive. Even if you're not the super outgoing person, fake it till you make it. Think it's a character. I would say put on 100%. You say, oh, it's fake. Well, you're auditioning to be an artist on stage. If they can see you can be an artist in real life, or an audition is not real life, but just in common interactions, you're already auditioning.
Yeah.
Like a hi, it's already an audition. Give them a big smile. You know, just from the moment you get into that audition place, you have to be on. Characters on. It's not me. Like it's not me. It's not Daniel. It's performance Daniel. You know, I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna try to crack a joke if I think it's anything that I think it's gonna get me to catch their eye or just in their good graces, you know? And then when I'm learning the choreography, one thing that I really like to do, and dancers are taught this now, is to go to different places of the room when you're dancing because it throws your peripherals off.
Oh, interesting.
That way, when you're called individually in the smaller group to do the choreo and they put you in a specific place, it won't throw you off. So it's happened to me that I've done the choreo in the right side of the room, only in this section, and the lights a certain way. And then muscle memory and just like an unconscious thing helps a lot in remembering choreography. It's like not only that you remember the steps that you can visualize them, kind of your body and your mind, I feel like preload them, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes I won't remember choreography at all, but then I can just do it. So to help with that mechanism, going around the room so your body and your mind mainly get used to, oh, it's not just in this place that I remember these. It's in any place in this room. So I would do that. Once you're learning choreo, start on the left, go to the back, start to the right. You move around. If you have questions on the choreography, ask them. There's two pluses to that. You figure out what you were trying to do that you couldn't figure out, and the choreographer remembers you. It's like, oh, that's the guy that asked. Obviously, don't be asking 24/7. It's an audition. Everyone's tired. It's a long day. But, if there's a genuine concern, approach. So you're building a relationship and then you're getting some knowledge. And then after that, I think all that's left is performing for when they call you in the audition. And what I try to do, and I've worked on it later on in life, is I try to be as much as a generalist as I can. Let's say it's an audition only for choreography dancers, but I break dance and I do acrobatics as well. So even if they say we're not looking for b-boys, we're not looking for acrobats, we're looking for choreography dancers, I will start the very moment the music starts, I'll do a flip. That's number one. I immediately start with a flip. I try to go as close to the center as possible. And as soon as I do a flip, no one else is going to do it usually because they're like, oh, we're not looking for flips. Flips catches the people's eye. It doesn't matter if they don't want it in the show. As soon as you did a flip, their eye goes towards you because it's a big movement. And their eye goes towards you even if they go like, why is this guy doing the flip? I don't want him to do the flip. He's looking at you now. So you got him. So you reeled him in. And usually they like when people do flips. So after that, just the music's playing, you have to be dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say this for acrobats too.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taught a specific section of a choreography to go within the acrobatic act and they put music, already be in character, already do some type of movement. Because they really, if you're acrobat and they want you to do dancing, they just want to see how your body moves within a character. I think do you have rhythm? Can you break these usually straight lines that you have to hold as an acrobat?
Mm-hmm.
Can you break them? Do you have malleability?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in a dance audition, as soon as the music starts, even if the choreography is not for that section, start moving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying go crazy, but start embracing the essence of what that choreography is. And then after the choreography that you learned is done, go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Show whatever you would like for them to see, show it. So I usually do power moves.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a questionable decision because I'm tired from the choreography, but I have a specific set of power moves that I can do even if I'm dying. Like I could have COVID, shot 3 times in the leg, I can still nail it.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not my hardest skill, but I give them a glimpse. I was like, look at this guy, he can, do these moves. So I think I booked a lot of jobs because of my versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Even I remember I made it to the end of a cruise line audition. And they were looking for technically trained dancers. They didn't want any hip hop, any flips, any breakdancing. I was the only non-technical dancer who made it all the way through. And they never hired me because they didn't have a use, but they're like, well, you made it into the database.
Nice.
I'm really proud of that just because I saw that the audition wasn't for hip hop dancers and I still went. I was like, that's the worst thing. The worst thing that's going to happen. I'm going to go there and I'm going to say, leave.
Yeah.
But I made it all the way through. Didn't materialize in a job, but there's a lot of doors that can close in your life, but there's doors that are closed that you can open.
Right.
You just have to knock. And I think a lot of people that aren't as successful in the entertainment industry, they're afraid to knock.
That makes sense.
Because some people, like I see a lot of talent, and then sometimes that talent doesn't correlate with the success, the talent level with the success level. And I think these things that I learned, copied, and through experience in my life have really been the difference between being hired and not. Yeah. So hair, create an image, create a hair, create something that's a trademark for yourself. Move around in the room when you're learning choreo, do a flip. As soon as the music goes in, start embracing the character. If you're a dancer, start dancing. If you're an acrobat, start embracing that character, start moving, start showing that you can follow rhythm. And then at the end, just show them what you got. Till the music stops, don't stop. They could be like, oh, you were doing too much, but that's okay. You showed them.
What advice would you have? Because you were talking as well about how you need to go for it. How do you deal with it if you are going for it very earnestly, but you don't get the job?
It's a possibility, and it happens a lot. I think I've been very lucky and blessed by God to being able to find constant work. But I've also seen people struggle to get booked. And that's when you have to have a day job, as they say, or, I plan A, plan B. I would suggest, get an education on something, maybe if even it's like a 6 months course on massage, whatever it is, you want to be able to pursue this artistic thing for an extended period of time. And the easiest way to be able to do that financially is by having a plan B, having something you can do in the day, so that you can keep funding this dream. Because it is a possibility you can be super talented, super ambitious, doing everything right, and the opportunities still haven't lined up. There's many factors. There's a physical appearance. They're looking for 6'3" and you were 6'2". They want a darker skin and you were just 2 shades lighter.
Yeah.
So it is a possibility you might be doing everything right. And I've had friends that it's taken them years, and now they're more successful than I am. So if you go years without booking a single audition, doesn't mean you're not talented, doesn't mean you should stop. It just, if it's something you earnestly want, just keep going, just keep doing it. It's not a guarantee, but it's a high probability that you will book something. I think a really cool success story I know about was Joaquin. He was head of casting for a little bit for the dancing side of Cirque du Soleil. So that's that position is like a holy grail for dancers, just to be head of casting for a company for dance. It's very, very unlikely to ever get that, but he went that position from auditioning 3 years in a row for Cirque and not booking.
Oh.
So Cirque turned him down for 3 years, and they eventually make him head of casting for their dance shows.
That's funny.
So, anyone else, I feel like if you don't have a plan B, would have given up auditioning for shows. Like, audition for 3 years. They don't even want me to just climbing through the company in a way where you end up in such a higher ranking position.
Yeah.
And my wife, Janeska, as well. She went from Puerto Rico. She toured with Daddy Yankee, which is like now second to Bad Bunny, but he was the main Latin superstar from Puerto Rico at the time. And just booking anything easily to come into Vegas and kind of struggling. And she auditioned for Mind Freak. She made it towards the end of the audition, but she didn't get booked. She auditioned for the general audition in Cirque. She got cut really, really early on. And then she eventually ended up booking 2 Cirque shows in a row.
Yeah.
So I remember telling her, I was like, you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
It's just a typecasting thing, or it's a timing thing is not right. You just gotta fight for what you want.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I remember for years being in that exact same
that's
position.
That's true. And then you booked every single Cirque show imaginable.
Yeah, dude, I distinctly remember I was in LA on a Saturday at the daytime open gym at Tempest South Bay, and you called me and you're like, hey, why weren't you at the Cirque audition today? And I was like, because I didn't know there was one, because they didn't tell me there was one. What did I get passed over for this time?
I think that was the one when they said they wanted someone with trampoline skills and nunchuck skills, which is like you at that time to a T.
No, it was worse than that. They wanted someone who could do a bit of handstands, a bit of sear wheel, nunchucks, some flips and tricks and stuff. And I was just like, that's fine. It's okay. I didn't want to work for Cirque anyway. I've only been trying for the last 4 years and getting cut in the first round of every audition.
Yeah, I remember. I think I was flabbergasted when I heard the what they were looking for, and I was like, so they're looking for Scott McDonald, but they didn't call Scott McDonald.
Yeah. Eventually they did.
Yeah, and then they couldn't get in there. They said, we want more Scott. Give me Scott. and then, thanks to me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to break my leg so Scott can be in the show sooner. And then this is like, man, it has to be like 15 minutes before top of show.
I think it was less.
Yeah.
I honestly think it was less. And so I'm getting a neck massage. I'm face down in this massage table. And then I just hear Daniel's loud voice being like, I hope it's not broken. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm performing, aren't I?
But I knew Scott was destined for greatness, so I had to take one for the team and break my leg. No, but I remember when I landed, I was like, my leg might be broken. And then I walked on it, and I'm like, I think it's fine. And the P-Med's like, okay, let's see you jump. I jumped, and then my leg immediately went whomp. I'm like, holy shit. It was definitely super, super broken. And no pain.
Huh.
I had no pain. I think my adrenaline was so high.
No.
I had no pain for at least a couple hours. And then when I got home, unbearable.
I was going to say, and then all the pain.
But I was just happy because it was your first
my first
Cirque du Soleil job.
Yeah.
And when I met Scott, HKPK days, RIP HKPK, I hadn't met anyone that I thought was more deserving of working for Cirque than him. And I just couldn't believe he hadn't worked for Cirque. So the fact that he booked that, I was just so excited for him. I was like, bro,
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Like, if they're not hiring you, that's their loss.
I was so upset when we were both in the show, and then we were not going to both be in the show. Oh, man. And then at Run, Daniel was in Run. He did the creation of it. I joined shortly after creation to be the on-call for the show.
I mean, the craziest thing about Run for me was me having to dance for animation with no music. I would have to dance for people every day, twice a day, for like 5 to 10 minutes with no music.
At the most awkward time possible, because animation is the pre-show.
Maybe for the regular person that's not a performer, it's not that out of place just to dance with no music. But as a dancer, I felt like I was committing like a capital sin.
Yeah.
Like it was treason. Like it felt so wrong. Because I just looked like a crazy person noodling around to nothing.
While dressed like you're in like a Jamiroquai music video from 2001 or something. Those space pants.
Trying to act tough in space pants and colorful and makeup.
You were doing a very hip-hop and b-boy Trampwall thing.
Yeah.
And even prior to that, you and Wellington were doing it, where he was doing more capoeira based and you were doing more b-boy based. How did that come about?
So I started doing Trampwall, right? Because I thought it was cool. And then I kind of been just dancing, and I've always wanted to put these two disciplines together because I don't think I've seen anyone do it. And I just like, you know what? I think my Trampwall skills are to a level where I can maybe come up with an act.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew my dancing's my strength. So I knew I was good. My dancing was like a level where I could make an act. And then my Trampwall, I had all the skills that I thought, oh, when I have these skills, I'll call myself a Trampwall artist. Mm-hmm. And I was there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try to put them together. So I just started showing up at Circus Center, and I did a video during the during the pandemic, just by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had Janeska record it in the phone, one or two takes, and it was putting those two things together. And I got really good feedback from people that I look up to. Mm-hmm. So Wellington immediately told me, I love that video that you did. That's so cool. I've never seen it before. Mm-hmm. And Wellington is a hero of mine. Coach Ben, coach for Cirque du Soleil, many creations. He also approached me. Oh, nice. And I said, yeah, that's something that's so cool. I've never seen that. Keep doing that. So just getting that feedback from people I look up to. So, you know, man, I think this is something. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it. It's two of my main passions. If I can do them together and maybe turn it into something. If not, it's just art and it's cool and it's fun. So, but yeah, after that, Wellington and I kept rubbing shoulders at Circus Center because he was working there. Mm-hmm. And he said, let's do something. And I was like, say less.
Yeah, right.
I was like, you're like my Trampwall hero. He was the first person to ever teach me anything in the Trampwall for free. Mm-hmm. He vouched for me to be able to jump in Cirque.
Nice.
So I was just like, yeah, like without a doubt. Little did I know what I signed up for. So Wellington Lima is an animal in Trampwall and acrobatics and as an artist. This guy... Wellington, you are a hero of mine. If you ever watch this, I look up to you so much. You're a super inspiration. So basically, we did this boot camp where you would train a little bit of dancing and a lot of Trampwall and trampolining. And we were there, I think, 3-4 times a week from like 10 a.m. to 1 to like a 3-hour training block of intense training. Yeah. Like this guy's been doing it his whole life. He's got it down. And I'm just struggling, like fear bonding, you know, my adrenaline's going every day, which is not something that's very common, at least for me, to have my adrenaline. Like also have, like if I'll go train acrobatics, I'll train for 2 weeks. And then maybe one of the sessions I'll really push myself and I'll get that adrenaline rush because I'm pushing my boundary and being like, okay, I've done all the steps. I think I progress enough to try this trick with a mat, with no mat, you know. So you get that jump. But with Wellington, it was every single training. That adrenaline was spiking. I was fighting, you know, my brain telling me don't do this. Kind of the deferring to his expertise. Just training straight bounces, cardio on the wall, doing synchro tricks with him that I've never done in a way that I've never done before. And it was awesome. Nice. Yeah, it was super cool. We came up with so much material. The goal was to create the act that we created. And there's the possibility towards the end of that process that we were going to do a show. It's like a 2-3 month run. But at the time, Wellington got booked for...
OVO.
OVO. Yeah. He got booked for OVO, and it was a stable contract. And he told me, you know, he's like, man, I would have loved to keep us going with this thing, but I have this contract. I was like, bro, you know, do it. You know, it was super fun. If we ever get to do it again, amazing. If not, we created something really cool. Because we had a lot of time, you know, it was an interesting climate that led to us being able to do that. Yeah. And it basically, from my point of view, I got to hang out with a close friend, and basically get free Trampwall classes from someone that I consider to be like the best. Yeah. So that was a win for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So speaking of adrenaline, everyone who does Trampwall who comes on this, I always ask this question. Is Trampwall scary?
It is frightening. It is frightening. It's the scariest thing I choose to do. If I were wiser, I wouldn't have started Trampwall.
Yeah, well...
The degree of difficulty and potential for injury is so high when you first start.
Yep.
And I was so naive at the time that I didn't realize it. And I was very lucky that I didn't get hurt.
Yeah. I feel like your naivete was your superpower at the time, though, because I always remember I had been doing Trampwall, and then you started doing Trampwall, and then within a handful of months, you were doing tricks that I still have not done to this day. Like you were doing, I believe, walking Randy and double front half out or fliffus and just stuff like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you couldn't even do those tricks on the trampoline.
No, I couldn't do them on
the
straight tramp.
You were just like, let's see what happens if I die.
Dude, that was, watching those videos back now, I'm like, dear God, I was crazy.
Yeah.
And then it would shock me because I would, a little bit after, I was like, I see Scott and I see how acrobatically gifted you were. I was like, why doesn't Scott want to do this trick?
I choose life.
And then after a while, I think I realized, I was like, this is very dangerous.
Yeah. You live, you learn.
Yeah. And I would just do it. And luckily, I would land it. But I had no business doing walking Randy, double backs, full twisting 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Not even going full squat on an 8-foot wall. So I think at one point I was very, very comfortable doing my double twisting swans, and I was thinking about doing triple twisting swan, and then I just didn't do it. But I was like pushing the envelope on really, really high level tricks that I had no business doing.
That's funny.
But a good thing I did it at that age, and that I was very lucky not to get injured, that I was able to reap the benefits of all that and then work more on technique, on the straight tramp, specifically with Wellington, and then also picking your brain and people that were just training and had more experience in acrobatics.
With that in mind, what was it like chopping off of the MJ tramp wall for the first time? Because I've seen you do Baranis out of that very tall window.
So it's 18 feet from the window to the bed, and it is amazing, dude. I am so happy I don't have to do it daily. I will say that. For a while, I was training pretty hard, and the main thing I consider is because a couple of the acrobats in the show were like, Daniel, you can do this. You are 100% able to do at least 3 or 4 tracks in this act. You should pursue it. And I really enjoy it. So for, I say, like 6 months, I was actively training towards where I felt confident in that setup and talked to coaching. And I did. And I talked to coaching. And then what I was met with was a no, but not like there was like, we will audition you as if you hadn't been in this show.
Right.
And that was kind of a letdown for me because I thought I was 100% capable of doing it. It's like, why are they going to make me audition for it? And so I took some time to reflect, and then I still think if I would have auditioned, I could have done it because they were really, really down on people, and the tracks they're doing, I think, would have been easy for me. Okay, not easy, but definitely I could do, are within my skill range is what I would say. But in that setup, nothing is easy. But those skills are within my skill range, and I think I would have had a high probability of, booking it since I'm already there. But it made me think, I was like, this is a lot more risk. And it's not going to be a lot more reward. It was just going to be a personal thing. And I think I could get that personal reward from just training there because they allow me to. So that put the, like, I felt like if it would have been, when I asked them if they would have said yes, I would have done it. But then saying no, or not a definite no, but putting a hurdle made me think more. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing pretty well in dancing, personal life. I got a kid. I think I'm going to take it easy. But that tramp wall setup is exhilarating, dude.
I believe it.
Adrenaline, moon. Like, I couldn't, after doing the tricks, I couldn't hold my footage.
I believe it,
just
dude.
Like,
do you feel like fatherhood changes that as well, in a sense? Like
100%. I'm way more risk averse now. It's very interesting because I experienced it when my son was born. A lot of people say kids make you give up your dreams. For me, it wasn't the case. I've had some other goals that I haven't accomplished. It just changes what you value. It's not that you give up on your dreams. So I think people should stop putting that negative connotation. I mean, if you have kids and you're not ready for them, then maybe. But if you're an adult and you're thinking about having kids, it just makes you value your value scales shift. So when Sebastian was born, I was like, these things are cool, but I don't really care much for them anymore. I don't want to do a world tour anymore. I think I did like a local tour with Cirque Mechanics which was an amazing experience. And I think I'm fine on that.
Yeah.
I mean, if ever there's an opportunity where I could take my family, maybe, but I'm not actively pursuing it.
Yeah.
Just because there's other things that I want to do more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Even without kids, it's the same idea with Dasha and even with Isla. And
Yeah, you have a family unit, so it's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I want to cover from my end. Is there anything that you'd like to cover that we haven't talked about?
Well, it's just a statement. I'm really excited about seeing you do this.
Oh, thank you.
And I always enjoy seeing you thrive.
Likewise.
And I thank you, real. I think I've always looked up to you, and just seeing you follow through on the things you're going to say is motivating and inspiring.
Oh, thank you.
So anything you need and then I can help, super happy to do, bro.
Oh, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Facebook, Daniel Babilonia. Instagram, Daniel_Babilonia. And then YouTube, AIM Creative Force. So yeah, we have some cool stuff there. Follow us, subscribe, like it, show some support.
Nice.
Very nice.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, that's fun.
I appreciate you.
Come, hang out with you.
Yeah.
Have some laughs, reminisce.
Always.